Yeah, I got involved with it. I suppose I've had a couple of films at Fantastic Fest before, maybe 2, 3 years ago, and so yeah. Even though I hadn't actually met any of the guys here, they sort of knew my work, and then I was asked if I'd like to make one of these by my producer in the UK, who knows them all as well, and that's how I got to do it. Yeah. Started making little, I suppose, little sort of promo kind of films for MTV in New York about 12 years ago, something like that. And then I moved back to the UK and I was sort of making commercials, made quite a few short films, um, trying to get features going, that kind of thing, you know. Generally making weirdness. You know, I'm really interested in films that I suppose just provoke a strong emotional reaction. You know, that's really so that side of it does really appeal to me. I mean, I found it strange to be involved in a film, you know, where somebody dies in my film, and there's a sort of horrific aspect to it. But I definitely wasn't trying to make a horror film. I suppose it's more like I purposefully stayed away from watching a lot of horror, I think, in the sort of preparation of this film and making it, and just tried to keep it as purely, um, me as possible. I thought that my little segment of the film should stand out as much as possible. You know, should not probably not be horror in any kind of traditional sense. Although I suppose there is maybe there is a little bit of mine that is quite horrific. I don't know, but yeah. Well, I suppose I'm inspired by. I suppose I'm probably inspired more by the kind of people that I just see in real life, sort of people that I notice at the bus stop or in cafes or whatever. As much as any kind of filmmaking, but the kind of filmmakers who have inspired me have always been people who sort of felt like they had a very strong individual kind of voice, and so that could be David Lynch as much as like Monty Python or Ingmar Bergman, or I watch quite a lot, probably quite a lot of quite serious sort of films, quite sort of depressing serious kind of films, and then I make quite weird, I suppose, sort of quite dark comedy kind of stuff. I don't know really. I don't really try and analyze it too much, to be honest. I watch a lot of films, and uh, I just get off on watching stuff by people where I can't even really tell what their influences are. I think that's what's really nice. Like, I think I would hope that when someone even watches my little film within the ABCs of Death 2, that they would watch it and think, oh, I'm not entirely sure what his influences are. That would be like, to me, that would be a compliment, rather than sort of, oh, he's clearly a fan of, I don't know what. Can't think of anything. Well, I can, but it's not applicable. I'm working on like a load of different things really. I'm working on quite a lot of feature stuff. Like, there's one in the US that I'm developing, and then, God, I don't know, maybe 3, 4 back in the UK, and then so hoping to make one of those soon, with the same production team from ABC's of Death 2, actually. And then I'm also, working on some other stuff, TV comedy thing I've written, and then I make the odd commercial. Oh, sorry to say that, for a living, to try and pay my bills. So yeah.